Moon cheated on his wife with his GTA RP girlfriend, who is also married for 15 years. Alright, I don't know what that is, but... search your name on Google. Yeah, what about it? I don't get it. Or what? Forsen or Sebastian Force? What do you want? Oh. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Let's see here. Koidia, welcome back. Scoray, Zerwood, Ethereal Exo, Better Call Forsen, Juice, Stranding, and the Xeno. Thank you, boys. John Blom and Kampf, OW, Inenza, and TXN Drill with the 2 years in a row. No message for the God Gamer, but here's a cringe fist for you, my man. Boop. Thank you very much. Anything cool, fresh, new, exciting happening in the world today? No. State of Play yesterday. Yeah, we did watch State of Play. I wasn't very impressed, I must say. Lebanon bombed. Classic. People don't like the new Ghost of Yotei protagonist. Okay.
Whoa. Hello, Forsen. Forsen, I'm from Qatar. Forsen, please come to Qatar. Forsen, please, Forsen, and become a rich oil prince of Qatar. Please, Forsen, please. Whoa, or
I'll be right there. I will be right there. Hihachi trailer out. Hi Hachi. Can you give a shout out to your female viewers? Big booty Latina goddess. Yes, surely. Surely real. Yes. But nothing else. New Halls of Torment patch 1.0. Wait, is it full 1.0? Doesn't that mean full release? Big patch.
here is a cool link about the life of the average UK citizen and of the United Kingdom. They are so cool. We
got UK guy and we got India guy. On a roll. New league season. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You look like shit today, Mr. Force. What happened? No mom or tier 3 jokes allowed.
I look like shit today. Maybe your monitor is full of shit, huh? Clean it, man. Or have your mom clean it. Alright, let's see here. Zelensky shirt. What? It's an olive green shirt. My god, you guys and your fashion priorities, huh? Nitki, welcome back, man. We got 2 years on Neville Florian. It says 24 months, Lily, Golden Badge, Lily, Depression, Lily, TF2 today, Lily, Oktoberfest IRL strip tomorrow, Lily. Co-partner, sir. While you enjoy that new fabulous badge of yours, Prudici with 1 year, so well says Ellis Lick. Repeating, of course, whatever that emote is. Thank you. Droidy with the 3 years though, and no message, my man. Pew. Thank you. Far too kind. Can I get an encore? Leo Quantico with Prime Sub, welcome. Other P and Caution Nerd. Jared B, thank you. Alright, let's see. We got links. Let's see what the links are all about. All aboard the Autismo train. Pause that music, Beethoven. That's not Beethoven. It is Beethoven. Shut the hell up. Boom.
Nice one, Kilroy.
Alright, I'll get your crab if it means we can go on with the mission without any more juvenile interruptions.
Oh man.
Except from Kilroy.
Radical.
Keo Souls, by the way, thank you for 10 gifted. Almost missed that. Boop. Thank you, man. Congratulations to the lucky, very lucky winners.
My god, a shark! We have to help her. Give it here! Ilsa, can't you shoot it with something?
Я попробую, маленькая торпеда.
Hurry up, damn it!
Это не работает! Я исправляю торпедный люк.
Where else was I supposed to put the mad chairs?
Dr. Snacks, Jumbo Crunch. I'm afraid they're delicious, my friends.
Я попробую другой торпедой. Должна это сделать! Смотри.
Atlantis.
For those sunglasses.
Greetings, ambassadors. Welcome to Atlantis. Now, let us indulge in a refreshing beverage.
It's all my fault.
Pardon?
We ran into some difficulty on the way here, Captain. We lost 2 of our team. He's not taking it very well.
It's all my damn fault. How tragic indeed. But these are the perils of the sea, are they not? You do have the uranium. Superb. We can begin the final alterations to the weapon.
No!
What's the meaning of this?
Дай ему чемодан, Такер.
Take it easy, my friend. Nobody's getting the case! I killed her! And now the world's not worth living in without her. Without this case, the whole world is going to burn. And I'm going to let it!
Станет, Такер!
Hush now, Landwalker. Let this potion ease the pain in your heart.
Apologies, Captain.
The pain of loss is a cruel serpent. It will take my technicians several hours to ready the device. In the meantime, I think you should get some rest.
A quick siesta would sharpen my senses.
I'll way ahead of you, buddy.
You're the best, Kilroy.
Taka.
I have to save you.
Taka?
Claire! You're alive.
Why didn't you save me, Taka? You were afraid. And now it's too late.
No. No. Hey.
Как ты вошел? Неважно.
You know, you're much more attractive than Claire.
Не обязательно повторять то, что и так ясно, Джексон. Это идиотский с ней, пошел вон.
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Прощай. Подожди.
Hey, Pierre.
It's messing with their heads.
That this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years, with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even the literal sense.
Leo Quantico tänker du sub. Fakutia and War Grading welcome back.
As in one of his many pages dedicated to this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion, but by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show Smart Schoolboy 9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that, "It happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps." This is our best evidence that these accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy 9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl. But have his tactics actually worked? Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something's off, for children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids, which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children have not been traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his Schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain: Smart Schoolboy 9 needs to be stopped.
I don't even know who this is. I've never heard this name before in my entire life.
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name, David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David Alter, with the man being 59 years old. At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior, but we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time. I think I like a little lemon and lime. Say Marianne, hey Steely Dan, I like the sound of that running tram.
And his name also appears in a random newspaper, where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing school uniforms. And that's really all we have at the moment. Though there is one very important aspect that we have yet to talk about in relation to this man, with that being David's mental state. Some believe that David is a mentally unwell individual who potentially doesn't know the extent of what they are doing. Now, even if this is the case, his behavior still needs to be stopped, and he needs to be given proper help to assure that no one else gets hurt by his actions. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he lets on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well-spoken and articulate, and throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child, but it's impossible to know for sure. But what we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to the situation and other clues littered across his accounts showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong. Since the exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions, lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Fuck Crutch, welcome back, man. Daily with 100 months. Thank you, sir. Daniel, Max Caddy, Willem, Friedrich, L, and Dembro. Winpress with 300 bits, a smiley face. Smiley face. Smiley face.
So yes, he died as a kafir, and he's the worst of all kafirs that we know of, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Al from Germany says that the verse 90 to 92 of Surah Yunus, does this mean that Pharaoh is a Muslim, where he says that when he was about to drown, Pharaoh said, "Now I believe that there is no God except that the one that the sons of Israel believe in." He's in pursuit to kill them. And when he identified that he's dying, he saw death with his own eyes, this is what he said, proclaim the Shahada. Allah says, Azza wa Jal, now you proclaim Shahada after all of your sins and you were among the corrupt? No, we will save you, we will save your body so that you would be assigned to those others from your community. And this is a misconception among a lot of the Muslims. They think that this ayah is referring that Allah saved his body. So one of the pharaohs, one of the tombs, one of the mummies is the actual pharaoh who was with Musa, peace be upon him. And this is not true. Allah saved him for those at his time, for his people. Not that we would see him now and somebody said we went and did an autopsy on this mummy and we found that there was water in its lungs, that it died drowning. All of this is bogus and not authentic. So yes, he died as a kafir, and he's the worst of all kafirs that we know of, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.
Alright. Hey, Arrival, thank you for 4 years, man. Junior Cap Pride Badge. Specimen, welcome back as well.
Save you guys time. The big thing you need to know is that most fighter and tank items are losing anywhere from 5 to 15% gold efficiency. There is a trend with many of the bruiser items where the damage is dropping on most of them, while a few are actually seeing their health increase. Damage down is the main theme here though, which will reduce the overall snowball strength and the ability to solo kill on your item spikes. So what will this mean for the top lane meta? Well, the champions who have kits that scale well should be winning out more. Less damage means less kills and longer games on average. So champs that get stronger the longer games last will be liking this patch. Less damage also means that tanks should see a nice indirect rise. If it's more difficult for fighters to take down tanks, then they'll be able to compete for priority in the side lane a bit easier and have a greater chance of being able to match rotations for when a team fight is about to break out. Ornn, Cho'Gath, Scion, and Mundo are a few tanks in specific who you should be keeping an eye on for this patch, as they all scale incredibly well and will be enjoying the slower pace of the game. Now, other than tanks, fighters who have either true damage in their kits or who scale very well with time or levels will become indirectly stronger. Nasus should be on the rise, as games lasting longer directly benefits him, as he's able to get more damage from stacking Q. Fiora, with her % health true damage from passive, will be a great answer if the tank meta breaks out, and will be strong regardless as her side lane threat becomes increasingly deadly the longer games last. Warwick and Olaf are going to be quite interesting champions to watch due to the changes that Riot are making to biscuit delivery. Biscuits are changing so that instead of providing mana, they are now going to give more health back on use and more permanent health as well. Warwick and Olaf being two champions who thrive on lower health could be super deadly with biscuits, because they'll just be able to outlast enemies on low health and potentially be unkillable. Champs that fall off the longer games last and don't have the most impactful team fight are going to be more difficult to win with in 14.19. Irelia, Renekton, and Pantheon are a few melee top laners who we're expecting to drop in strength as a result. So looking at the top lane tier list now, there are a lot of changes for 14.19. Fiora and Ornn are being pushed up into the OP tier for the reasons previously mentioned. Irelia, Pantheon, and Renekton are all moving down into B tier. With our expectation of tanks becoming stronger, we've got Mundo and Scion both moving out of B tier. Cho'Gath and Ornn are the two tanks we think are going to...
Bro, anyone who makes a fucking tier list like this is fucking retarded. You cannot have the most heroes be in S tier. Then your distribution is just retarded to begin with. What the
be a cut above all else though. Champs with true damage like Darius, Garen, Fiora, and Camille should be really liking this patch, and they're all placed in S or OP tier. The jungle role has just one champion being directly changed for this patch, and it's Elise. The big change is to Elise E interaction with Flash, as you will now be able to E Flash, which will make catch plays a little more reliable. Our cooldown is going to be reduced as well, going from 4 to 3 seconds. So this change to Elise E Flash is definitely going to give experienced Elise players a nice boost in power. For the average player, we probably don't see Elise gain too much win rate, but we're happy to be wrong about.
You can, since it's mostly based on win rate statistics. Retard. Are you serious right now? It's out today. This patch is preemptive. There is not a single game played when this video was made. You're so fucking dumb. You should over level in Minecraft.
That. For now, we're going to be leaving Elise in the jungle A tier, but if this quality of life buff turns out bigger than expected, we'll update for the mid-patch tier list. So a lot of what we mentioned for top lane is also going to coincide with what we're expecting for the jungle. Fighter junglers will be losing damage on their one-item spikes for this patch, so they'll be losing snowball power as a whole. Now, tanks in the jungle are going to be very interesting, because Riot's increasing the monster damage ratio on Sunfire Aegis from 100 to 150%. Sunfire Aegis doesn't look to be losing very much early game power at all, as it's only the bonus health scaling on its passive massive damage that is being nerfed. Zac, Amumu, and Rammus are a few junglers who like to implement Sunfire into their builds, so relative to other fighter junglers, those three should be getting better for this patch. Rammus in specific will be one to keep an eye on because Riot's increasing the armor on Thornmail and also reducing the cost of the item from 2,700 to 2,450 gold. Most fighter items are over 3k gold, so the fact Thornmail is now only 2,450 will allow for Rammus to hit his one item spike much faster than most other junglers. Now, even though most fighter items and some lethality items are losing damage, a few AP items are actually gaining damage. Lichbane, for example, is getting more flat AP. However, its movement speed is down and haste is also down to compensate. For someone like Evelynn who can go stealth and doesn't rely on movement speed as much to find openings into fights, she could actually benefit from this change. Fact is, you're going to have more damage with Evelynn on that one item spike, so when it comes down to skirmishing other fighter junglers, it's going to get a bit easier. Echo, Elise, Nidalee, and Diana are a few other junglers who rush Lichbane and will be bursting a bit harder on that one item spike. Leandra.
Thank you very much for that info. Inbound, Jack Lad, Fenrir Crow, and Dima 1 1 year. Says Forsen E. Thank you very much. Alright, boys, we are good there with the links for today. Links for today. No further links today. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Alright. We did not have the best session yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. We lost 2 beautiful people, beautiful monsters. But I think the run can be salvaged. I think it can be salvaged. I don't think it's reset just yet. Alright. Not yet. I think we can pull through. I'm coping hard, maybe.